Hello and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. Game week 1 of Dream Team has almost come to an end. We're half time in the Everton Leeds game. Ben, has it been a good week?
Yeah, it's not been too bad. Not bad. Points wise, could have been better, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What about you? You're looking fresh with a new haircut?
Yeah, ready for the new season. Nah, it's an unlucky haircut, mate. My season started poorly. And the guy that's leading the way is away. Tony's about top of everything at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's top of the ultimate manager's leaderboard.
I bet he wishes he was here. But yeah, he misses out for now, but I'm sure we're going to read his name out at the end when we come to the mini leagues. Hope everyone's had a good start to the season. We'll just say hello to a few people in the chat. We've got Joe, Philip, Ian, Miss Noopy's here, Roberto, and that's it. Oh, Nathan Wisby. All right, Nathan. Nice to see you. Yeah, everyone's tuning into the Everton Leeds game where it looks like Leeds are giving Everton a bit of a hiding at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. Still 0-0. We mentioned our teams. Let's go straight into them. Ben, 75 points. Yeah, I suppose you could talk us through the players you picked as well, real quickly, because it's our game week 1 team.
Yeah. So, I think from my team reveal, I think I changed 2 players. So, I ended up taking out De Kuiper, who is a Brighton new signing for Brighton, which I like longer term. I think he's probably a better pick than the one I picked. I've gone for O'Brien instead, but that's because I just feel that he might play the double game week in game week 2, so he might get the extra fixture. I can see Brighton rotating the left back spot in the cup, so I've changed this one to O'Brien, and I like Everton's start fixtures. And the other one was a goalkeeper. So yeah, I was on Bayinde, but to be honest, none of them really stood out. I won a 2 million goalkeeper. Who was there? There was Perry was a doubt. Dubravka was a doubt. The only one that looked like he was definitely going to start was Roofs. So ended up picking him. Decent fixture for Sunderland, like we said before. But I did not expect a 10-pointer, so I'm happy with that. He had a blinding game, didn't he?
Yeah, I like that. Every time he made a save or took a goal kick, they were roof.
Yeah. Roofs. That'll be the roofs on fire soon, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, pleased with that.
Yeah, so yeah, decent. I've got Juve. He got 1 point. Not a very good start. But he had a shot on target, so that's quite interesting because obviously he's attacking wing back. So, yeah, Coyote, another 1-pointer. Yeah, can't say much else about that. Forest battered Brentford 3-1. Palmer 2 points. Quiet game for Palmer. Yeah. What do you think of that, Palmer?
Well, look, I'm a sucker anyway because I picked him, didn't I? But yeah, I said I didn't really particularly want to pick him for that first week anyway, because it kind of did feel like he was a bit off it, then he was back on it for the sort of final, and then everyone picked him straight away again. And then it was kind of back to not on it. But again, I didn't want to go against the ownership. So, but it's going to be a theme of this episode, isn't it? Really, I think. But I am quite surprised the amount of people that are like, right, got to get him out. But it's the nature of the price changes on this game where if you don't deliver and you are an expensive player, you are going to drop in price. So yeah, we'll save the price changes chat for into the questions, but yeah, it's already cheesing me off a bit, the price changes. But your next guy is good.
Yeah, Mohamed Kudus, 11 points, 3 bonus points, and 2 assists, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. Absolutely spamming crosses all game.
Yeah, it's like watching Brentford, wasn't it? Last season. Yeah, they've literally changed the style overnight, and they're just putting the ball in the box, which is good for the strikers. Richarlison had a great game, didn't he? Two finishes,
Goal.
both finishes were class. So whoever's playing up front for Tottenham is going to be laughing. If it's going to be Solanke or Richarlison, or they're going to share minutes. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes.
Again, tough fixture for him next with City, though, isn't it? So again, it's like the reverse of Palmer almost, because Palmer's now got the West Ham who's taking the batter in, but Kudus has done well, but then he's got City. So
yeah. Bruno Fernandes, I've got him in because there was possibility of him playing in the game week 2, might be a double. They have got an easier fixture, so he might get rested, but I just didn't want to take the risk, just because I know he can get points from different angles. Like here, he's got 4 points and obviously no attack and returns, which is decent, really. Carvalho, 3 points for Brentford. It's a bit of an enabler, 2.5 million, playing on the right wing for right side forward for Brentford. Nothing really to report home from the last game, but like same again, he's got a double game week next week, so hopefully he plays both games. Captain Salah rescued it at the last kick of the game.
never in doubt, was it?
Yeah, it was decent though, like how he just chased it down on the other side of the pitch. Like Bournemouth were sleeping there, weren't they? And he just nicked it and created a goal. Cutting in from the left, scoring with his right is a bit of the opposite of what he normally does.
It's almost like he almost was just like, I'm not scoring this game. Like, give me it.
Yeah. Bowen, 5 points. Decent considering no attack and returns. And Haaland, I can't see it. What did he get?
Big old 16-pointer.
16 points, yeah. 2 goals. So, yeah, it's a steady start. I mean, I can't all be like Tony scoring 100 points with his big at the back tactics. But it worked out this week, didn't it? Obviously, Aït-Nouri.
I think he had Reinders, didn't he? He had Reinders in his team.
Reinders. Cucurella as well, I think.
Yeah, Cucurella, Aït-Nouri.
Chelsea defence. Yeah, so if you wanted to, if you went big at the back of this first week, you would have been laughing.
Yeah, good start.
And Porro, I think Porro got a clean sheet as well, didn't he?
Yeah, the Spurs defence again looked pretty good. Again, question whether you hold them or not, but yeah, not a good start for me in my team. I'm behind you by, I think actually I'm probably behind you by just the Kudus points roughly, I think, and then a couple off Bowen to Fulkrug. So again, Roof for me in goal with the 10 points. They did all go on to play, didn't they? Dubravka went on to play, and Piri playing tonight. So
yeah,
they all did seem to be all right in the end. But yeah, same reason as you. Wasn't really sure which one out of them he seemed the safest. Are we same backline there? Do you
same backline? Yeah.
O'Brien. So O'Brien's playing at the minute. Hopefully, fingers crossed he can keep that clean sheet. Let us know in the chat. Keep us updated with the scores, or have you got it on the background there?
I have got it in the background.
Right. You can give us the goal alerts then. And then I'm in a bit of pain here in midfield because I slammed all my budget into having sort of 5 premiums, and none of them, apart from Salah and Haaland, really delivered. So Saka 3 points, quiet, didn't really do much throughout the game. He did have a nice cross, found himself on the left wing later on in the game and put a nice cross into Madueke, which looked like he should have scored, but I think actually Bruno took a little bit of a touch on it maybe. But 3 points for Saka, 4 points for Bruno, and 2 points for Palmer. So stinkers from the 3 premiums. And like you saying about Palmer, I've got a decision to make now, but I chose Saka knowing that Leeds was inbound. There's no way I'm taking Saka out before Leeds to avoid a price drop. Bruno Fernandes, again, I'm happy with. He was someone that I wanted for game week 2. And Palmer, I don't know how you can sort of like look at West Ham defence and go, oh, look how bad they were. I've got to get my West Ham defender out and then take out Palmer. But it is a double game week this week with the Carabao Cup. So we are looking to maybe try and squeeze doublers in our team. And these premiums may not be captaincy options. So it's something we'll talk about in a minute. But my gut feeling wants to keep all 5 premiums. Obviously, there's no reason to really sell Salah or Haaland. And we've got Dewsbury Hall playing as my £3 million midfielder currently. I don't think he's doing much. And then I've got Fulkrug up top with 3 points. Again, like it was quite close. I think there was a time where Fulkrug done that flick on to Diouf, and that was cleared off the line. And I think there was another one where Diouf then set Fulkrug. But again, not quite there. But yeah, West Ham looked okay for the first half an hour, I thought. But after that, went downhill massively. So not feeling good about those guys. But I mean, they got 2 fixtures this week. My initial thinking even before the season started would be to hold the 5 premiums regardless, and then try and hop around the 3 million or 2.5 million players for my price changes. Might mean sucking up a drop here with Saka, Bruno, Palmer, but yeah, we'll wait and see as we discuss some players. What do you think with this free? Take Salah and Haaland out. What do you think you would do? Would you be tempted to move on? I think
What, Salah and Haaland?
Yeah. Sorry. Saka, Bruno, Palmer.
Definitely keep Saka, keep Salah, Haaland. Bruno I'd keep as well, just in case he plays the Grimsby game, and Fulham's a decent fixture as well. And Palmer's the one I'm tempted to move on just for a double game week player, but like longer term, I'd want Palmer back. So
yeah,
it's just tricky, innit? Like, yeah, I am tempted to move him on, bring a double game week player in, and then look to bring him in the week after if I can.
That's always the balancing act with this game, isn't it? Because like all pre-season, it's like Chelsea's got good long-term fixtures, but as soon as the first week ends, it goes out the window on Dream Team because the prices got you by the balls.
Like I say, if he goes down 0.3, then that's like you can get him back for 0.3 cheaper next week, can't you?
Yeah, true.
If he does well, then you'll get a Rice out of him as well, and you can get a decent double game week player for this week. Hopefully, it plays both games. It's just like a 1 week punt thing.
It's just like how much do you sort of think? Oh, they blanked. Auto blank again, kind of thing. You just want to hope that it's not too much damage when you take them out, because that's the painful one, isn't it? When you take them out and then they go on to bang, and then you think to yourself, oh well, I picked him for that reason in the first place. Yeah. But let's move on to the fixtures actually next. So double game week. This is from not only FPL. It takes some getting used to. You may also know it as FF stuff previously, but now not only FPL. So double game week this week for the non-European teams playing in the Carabao Cup. So we've got Man United with a double against Fulham and Grimsby. We've got Brighton with a double against Everton away and Oxford at home. West Ham have got Chelsea at home and Wolves away. Fulham, Man United at home, and then Bristol City at home. Brentford is Villa at home, Bournemouth away. Wolves is Bournemouth away, West Ham at home. Everton, Brighton at home, Mansfield at home, and then Bournemouth, Wolves at home, Brentford at home. Also, Leeds, who are playing tonight, have got Arsenal away, Sheffield Wednesday at home. Burnley have got Sunderland and Derby, and then Sunderland have got Burnley away and Huddersfield. So targeting the double game week players means going for the non-European players. But if you do look a bit sort of longer term, Europe does start up again in game week 4. But that sort of corresponds with more Carabao Cup matches for the Europa League and Europa Conference League teams, and also the teams that go through this week. So, bit of a mixture. What are you thinking in terms of fixtures, fixture planning, and sort of what sort of players you pick? Are you going to go all in on these doubles this week?
I'm very tempted to just do it because, and then I can get hopefully 9 doublers, because we can't guarantee they'll play both games. But yeah, hopefully I can get to 9 doublers for the Carabao Cup game next week. But I'm not sure. Like, I could do that, get to 9 doublers, and then by the time I get to game week, game week 6, I'll have one single game week player, which will probably be my goalkeeper. So
is that planning to add sort of European players after game week 2, or just keeping the Carabao?
Yeah, so add the 2 Carabao Cup players this week, make it 9. Then I can go back to 7 in game week 3 in the single game week to 7 single game week play. Oh, sorry, it's confusing because it's double get Carabao.
Yeah.
So you have 9 Carabao Cup players, sell 2 of them to make it back down to 7, and then the next week is the game week 4 where the Carabao Cup is still on with Europe. So hopefully you get the right Carabao Cup players
and they win.
They'll still have a double. And then when I get to game week 5, I should have 3 single game week players. So that's the week where all the Champions League teams play in game week 5, but it's Carabao Cup. So which they'll probably end up rotating their team anyway. So
I'm looking at some of them fixtures. Arsenal got City that week.
Yeah. So the second fixture is probably a write-off anyway. So I remember last year all the teams that were in the Champions League played in the Carabao Cup. They hardly played any strong teams, and then you got your Europa League teams. They never play strong teams in the Europa League, so it's like it's not really a double game week that week. You might get the odd 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a problem. It's when get to game week 6, that's when you want everyone doubling in the Champions League, I think.
Have you given any thought to possibly rolling?
Yeah.
And just seeing what happens, seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, I have thought about keeping Palmer for the West Ham fixture. I've got Kudus. Kudus was a 1 week. I had it planned that I was going to just bring him in for this Burnley fixture and then move him on for a Carabao Cup player. And like obviously, there's a few players that done well this week, so you could get a good price rise. Obviously, you're not going to get the Kudus price rise, but you can bring in another player that's going to get a similar price rise, which is it's not ideal, but I mean, can you see Tottenham getting some at Man City? They could do. They beat them 4-0 last year, didn't they?
Yeah, and I mean, I do trust trust Thomas Frank a lot more. Like seeing what they did against PSG, I imagine they're going to do something similar, set up with a back five and adapt a bit more rather than going gun ho. So yeah, there's a chance they do okay. That could mean Kudus plays as one of the front 2 again, maybe like they did. But tough one.
I was looking at my team what I would want for like around game week 6, and I'd want Kudus and Palmer straight back in. So it's like, do I just leave them in, or do I just go for this little gamble here and try and get an extra game out of a couple of strong players, and then bring them back in eventually, or just leave them in and get rid of the fodder that's played this week that has a double game week next week, but you might be able to make price rises out of other players that have done well. They've got double game weeks.
Yeah, I know. I know you shouldn't play the game with fear, almost, but like I kind of feel like, if I swap a Fulkrug to I don't know, an Evan Nilsson, or if I swap a Diouf to a Bournemouth defender, I'm just making up examples here, but like I feel like that I could still maybe manipulate that to get the price rises, and I'm not going to lose out on like a 20 pointer or something stupid if one of the big hitters goes off. Whereas I think you kind of are maybe setting yourself up for disaster taking the big guys out, but risk reward because you could get some nice doublers potentially this week who we're going to talk about. But yeah, it's a hard one to weigh up, especially if you're going to want them back as well.
Yeah. But did like last season, you had 2 players, didn't you, that ended up, we found out that they were going to be good for bonus afterwards. We didn't really know at the start of the season. You had McNeil and Gibbs White. You moved them out after the first game week, and then the next week they had a double game week, and they both smashed it, didn't they?
Yeah, like that one. Yeah, we were chatting about it earlier, weren't I? But I was just digging that up as an old example. I know I talk about McNeil all the bloody time, but I was digging it up as an example because it was kind of like this scenario a little bit. Or
Yeah.
I actually had a really good start, and they were my only 2 players that done poorly. And so the pressure was there to like, oh, well, these 2 players are going to go down in price. I may as well just move them. So I moved those 2 players to 2 other players that had a cup double. But then obviously the players that I bought in didn't do very well. And then McNeil and Gibbs White ended up getting about 28 points combined, I think it was. So, yeah. And then you think to yourself, well, I picked those 2 players because I thought they were good. And then turns out they are still good. They just had a bad week. So, yeah, it can bite you. It can still bite you. It's all luck in it, really, at times.
Yeah.
And trying to predict who's going to play what in this cup game. So I just dug out some last year's round 2 of the Carabao Cup to kind of just look at a couple lineups. So who did we have first? Let me just try and match up so I can tell you who each team was playing. So this on screen is Brighton's starting lineup for their second round fixture. Who did they play? Apologies. They played Crawley 4-0. They beat Crawley 4-0, and it looks to me like they pretty much rotated most of their team.
Yeah.
For Bruggen in goal, but
local derby, that, isn't it?
It is local. I mean, that midfield 3 actually looks like what their midfield 3-ish would have been now, but I don't think it was potentially at the time. And then that front 3 looks like it was quite heavily rotated as well. So I think Hertzler could possibly rotate again this time round. Obviously, the opponents will change, but as just a rough guide. Obviously, Dyche was in charge of Everton, so not the same manager, but did go near to full strength, Everton, for their match. They actually had an easier fixture, Everton. So I've not made this easy for myself. They had Doncaster, 3-0 win against Doncaster. So they lined up relatively strong anyway for that Doncaster game. So maybe the Everton guys go strong again. I did hear, it was might have been Johnny who had as the guest say that he had a look back and Moyes had gone quite strong previously. So maybe the Everton guys go stronger again. Fulham, this one's a hard one, isn't it? Because Muniz and Jimenez always sort of rotate. Wilson wasn't starting last season, but is now. Again, looks pretty heavily rotated. That one, Marco Silva. Wolves manager was different at the time. So this was Gary O'Neill's team, fully rotated. One thing I did think was interesting, or fully rotated apart from Ait Nouri, seems like the only real starter there. One thing I did think was interesting is that when, what's the new manager called at Wolves? I've forgotten his name now. Anyway, new manager at Wolves. When he was in the FA Cup, they had some quite easier fixtures to start off with in the FA Cup, and he went pretty much full strength. Now, whether that was just because he was trying to get the team to gel, is it Pereira?
Yeah. Victor Pereira.
Yeah, Victor Pereira went quite strong in some of the early FA Cup rounds, so maybe he might go a bit stronger again this time, and it's a tougher opposition. You got Burnley. I don't think necessarily want to target them this round, but not many of the same faces. West Ham. This was under Lopetegui though, so again difficult. But West Ham were quite strong there. You got Fulkrug, you got Ward-Prowse, you got Soucek, Bowen, Wan-Bissaka. So maybe a stronger side for West Ham, but again different manager. And then Bournemouth, one that's getting a fair bit of interest. So Iraola did rotate heavily for their match as well. So Bournemouth actually lost 1-0 to West Ham. So even though they had a tough opposition, Iraola did rotate quite heavily. You got Evan Nilsson, Semenyo, Cliver all on the bench, Kirkes on the bench. Did you say we had some action off the bench in this one?
What's that?
Did we have some action off the bench, or was you joking with Semenyo?
I was just joking, yeah.
Oh, yeah, just look at it. It was 1-0 to West Ham.
It was a 1-0. Bowen scored, didn't he?
Yeah, so it looked like Iraola was willing to throw this, even though it was against West Ham. So maybe a little bit off-putting. You reckon that could change possibly this time around?
I think Semenyo will get minutes in the game. I don't know if he'll start. They've just signed Ben Doak as well from Liverpool.
Yeah,
and they've just sold Ouattara to Brentford. But
Squad's looking a bit lighter as well. Like
Christie's injured as well, isn't he?
Yeah, so Clivert's injured. It's not as many options. So yes, nothing seems like it's a real given here. And then Brentford even sort of rotated there. There's Visser wasn't starting, and Bumo didn't start. Did have Damsgaard and Sharda, but yeah,
Carvalho.
It looks a bit of a minefield, doesn't it? Some of these. This one will be interesting though. Again though, different manager, Ten Hag in charge for this one. This was in the following round because obviously United were in Europe, but I put them in the mix anyway.
Is this Barnsley?
Yeah, this is the Barnsley 7-0, I think it was. Now, we kind of do want to know whether they'll go strong for this one here. It's, who they got this time around? Grimsby, that's it. You'd think they go really weak or rotated, but I'm just looking at I was looking at their bench for the Arsenal game and some of the names that played this game, for example, and there's a lot of players gone now, like Garnacho, Rashford, Ericsson, Anthony. There's no Sancho now. There's a lot of players that are missing, and there's a lot of players they might want to bed in. So what do you reckon on United?
I think they'll go semi-strong. Not obviously I think Bruno will be on the bench waiting to come on, but I think he'll still get minutes. He always seems to play, even against weaker opposition. I'd really like to see Cunha, Mbeumo, Seshko get a start as well. Ahmad probably start as well, only because he didn't start the weekend.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be a Fulham game before it, so I'd imagine who doesn't play Fulham might play that one. Yeah. But I was looking at the bench. I mean, I was only looking at maybe Xerxes. You'd imagine he gets a start.
Yeah.
But Hoyland didn't make the bench. Looks like he might be going. There wasn't much left. So yeah, maybe they go stronger than we potentially think. But yeah, not guaranteed. If you found that useful, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're about to do some questions from our Patreon community. If you did want to become a Patreon member and get entry to our Discord, get early access to the pods, get ad-free listening, get Ben's fixture ticker, and the occasional article, there'll be a link in the description below. Questions. First one's for me. Sorry, Ben. At Dream Team Professor, would you risk the Calafiori transfer? Guaranteed a 0.3 rise at least. Obviously, with a goal in that Man United match yesterday. I didn't think he was going to start. I wasn't sure enough on it because, I started with Lewis Skelly in my first draft, but then I started to see that both of the fullbacks were getting a bit of action in pre-season. That was enough to put me off. But I did think that it would be Timber and Skelly that would start that game. And I'm not convinced that just because Calafiori started this one and Ben White started this one, that they'll start the next one, to be honest. I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. I mean, you can obviously go for it and try it out if you're confident he will start. But I don't know many Arsenal fans who are confident that we'll start with those two. defenders again for certain, at least. I know it was a clean sheet, but Calafiori's had a lot of injury problems since joining as well. Seems to be a bit of a position we've had trouble with. Ben White getting injured a fair bit. Timbers had been injured a fair bit. Zinchenko and Tomiyasu. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are a little bit more careful with the fullbacks this season and maybe plan tactically depending on the opposition. So I don't like it personally, but could be worth a go. And if it doesn't work out, I was going to say if it doesn't work out, you can use your subs, but I think we'll make the sub during the game, which would mean they've played and then you can't sub them out. So it's a no from me.
Yeah. O'Brien nearly scored there from a corner.
Did he?
Yeah, just headed it over. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's too risky. Like you say, the wing backs are getting rotated all the time, and they're as strong as each other. You know, the left and the right wing backs. So yeah, it's an avoid for me.
Yeah, I just think something that let us down a lot last season was the fact that so many players picked up injuries, and I think they will be careful. Calafiori's been one that even in pre-season he played at centre back quite a lot in pre-season, and then went down, got a knock, missed the pre-season game, and then come back the one after. I just think he does seem a bit of a liability. So I'd wait, see if he strings a few games in a row together, but I don't think there's any way that we just push Skelly aside yet. You take this one to start with. So keep Cole Palmer even after he looked so poor today. That's from Patrick. So.
I mean, he's an elite player, isn't he? So he's one bad game is not going to mean he's going to be bad for the rest of the season. He'll probably turn it on against West Ham. So I can't advise you to take him out. It just depends on your risk versus reward appetite. If you want to go for a doubler, see if you can get someone who can get you 2 or 3 attacking returns. Palmer might get 2 attacking returns in that one game, so might be not worth taking him out.
Yeah, like, would you honestly be surprised if he gets a couple pens or scores a couple goals? Like we've seen him hit 4, and we've seen him score 4 goals in a game twice already at his age. Like, I would say the only my gut feeling is that I want to keep him. To be honest, I think the West Ham defending was awful. I've seen a lot of conversation, and I don't understand how like some people can be like, "Oh, I saw Palmer. He was quiet. He's going to be quiet again." Oh, yeah. I've just watched West Ham. They were terrible, but they'll be tighter. They'll be tighter. Like, I feel like he's kind of just making up the narrative to make you feel better about doing it, which is fair enough. But yeah, I think if you look at most things, if you asked anyone who do you think's most likely to score against West Ham in the next game, probably is Palmer.
Yeah,
I don't feel great about even thinking about taking him out. One thing that did concern me a little bit is he's not taking any corners now, is he? He was taking his fair share, but it looks like Reece James took one side and Neto took the other, which is a shame.
Yeah,
could have been a chunk.
Neto got free bonus.
Yeah, I wondered if that was there was only like one ppm or something from Palmer, so I wondered if he'd gobbled up a fair chunk of his bonus there. Are there any players that you're desperate to transfer in from what you've seen in Game Week 1, or that you're wanting to get for a specific fixture for Game Week 2? Also from Patrick.
There's no players I'm desperate to transfer in, but I am interested in Semenyo for this double game week. Obviously, he'll get a price rise as well. So he's got Wolves at home in the league, and then Brentford's the bonus if he plays in that. And obviously, it's a all Premier League tie, so you think they go pretty strong, and they've not got as big a squad as last season, have they, Brentford? So could see Semenyo getting a bit more minutes. And I do like the Man United double, even though they probably won't go full strength in the cup. I do like the look of like Mbumo, Ahmad, Cunha. I don't know if I go for Sesko because I don't know if he'll start the league match just yet. But he'd probably start the Grimsby game though. So
yeah, could that be worth just the risk if you thought that he's going to start that one and get the sub appearance in the league? Could that work out even better? I'm just seeing the chat say there's a penalty to Everton.
No, penalty Leeds.
Penalty to Leeds. I was going. Oh yeah, sorry. They corrected themselves after.
Tarko touching it with his arm. Gone for the old John Terry dive.
Yeah, I agree with you on United. I like the look of United because if you do get it wrong, you get Burnley the week after as well. Like Fulham away is not the best fixture, but even if you end up with a few minutes in that game and then get Burnley the week after, I don't think that's the end of the world. Again, if you're going to be worried about the price rises or whatever, like you're going to skip the Burnley game, put yourself in that same scenario. I don't know. What
do you mean there about skipping the Burnley game?
Well, like the scenario we're in already, we've got players who have got a nice fixture in Game Week 2, but we're saying do we still want them because they've done badly in Game Week 1? If you bought in, I don't know, if you bought in Sesko in Game Week 2 and he didn't do very well, are you going to hold him or are you going to take him out for Burnley?
Depends if he starts, innit?
Yeah. Has it been taken yet, that pen?
No, they're still reviewing
come on, rule it out. Rule it out. I'm not even watching it. And I want
to any other fixtures that tempt you?
Did you mention Dorgu, by the way, for United?
Oh yeah, he'd be good as a defender. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the look of him, but overall, there wasn't really anyone from the weekend who I was like, I desperately want to get them in. I kind of kicked myself at Kudus because I had like a different combination of players that I could have got him in, and I thought he would do well, but I don't want him for City.
Penalty's been given.
Damn.
That's another late clean sheet wipeout.
Who's taking it?
14. Don't know who that is. Is it Nemecha?
Perot?
No, it's not Perot. I think it's Nemecha.
Come on, Pickford.
Oh, he scored. Pickford nearly had it.
Has O'Brien been subbed off yet?
Imagine if he was. I doubt it. Nemecha scored.
Damn it. Anyway, well, that's O'Brien out the team next week. No, yeah, there's not really been anyone in particular that I've watched and thought I need to get them in specifically. Like I said, I think I want to keep the premiums and then maybe hop around the sort of £3 million-ish players, which could be O'Brien and Dewsbury Hall. They don't buck up their ideas here, but no, I'm half tempted. Even I have looked at potentially rolling and thinking, could we have a bit more info? Because do we actually think that West Ham are now bad forever? Brentford are bad forever. Sunderland are going to be good now. Like, I don't think it's as simple as the teams that did good last week are going to be good, and the teams that did bad are going to be bad. So I would like a bit more info.
My son said to me today, I think Sunderland will win the league this year. What about Brentford and Everton's double game week?
Let's have a look. What, as in, do we want them?
No, it's like, would you be interested in any options from there? But it's just, can we nail down a Brighton player? They've got such a big squad, haven't they?
So I wrote down on it for Brentford, like that Igor Thiago. We got confirmation that he's on pens, didn't we? I know.
Yeah.
Villa and Bournemouth away, not the best fixtures. Probably two teams that probably are better than Brentford, but they're quite low on options at the moment up top. So maybe he gets both, and you've got a pen taker there at 2.5 with a possible 0.3 rise, maybe.
No good for me though, because I won't take any of my strikers out.
Yeah,
I've got Haaland, Salah, Bowen.
Yeah. I quite like. I thought Strand Larson looked okay. He looked fairly dangerous in the Man City game, but again, you're picking a team that didn't do particularly well last week. If price rises weren't a thing, I think Evan Nilsson would be on the menu.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I want to watch this Everton game back, but it doesn't sound like they were particularly good, does it?
No.
Does that mean they're going to go stronger again and try and get a tune out of them? Who knows?
They've got Everton have got who have they got? Mansfield in the cup, so it could be a good fixture for them.
Yes, I feel like it's
And
worth
Brighton
keeping
have got
hold of them.
Oxford.
Brighton, I don't think I would go for just because they do rotate quite a lot, don't they?
Yeah,
I think they have got good squad as well. I think Brad we've covered. Palmer and Fernandez worth keeping. I think Bruno definitely keep because there's at least a chance, but Palmer maybe.
they're all worth. Yeah, they're both worth
Yeah.
keeping. It's just like you say, depends on your risk appetite.
Brad says he's a non-Saka owner at the moment. Is it worth bringing in Saka for the fact that he's got Leeds at home and then take the potential -2, -3 decrease, or go elsewhere, bring in someone with a double and a rise? So
I think if you got Saka, obviously he hasn't, but like you have, that's a definite hold, even though he didn't do much last week. But I don't know. He's probably the highest of the single game week players on my list if I was going to get one. But I think I just prefer Semenyo just for the double this week.
you start if you did get 2 starts, you start on 4 points, don't you?
Yeah,
It's decent. Yeah. It's the one that I struggle with because like you would get him. I think you would get him without the decrease.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there is an argument that, like you say, go for the doubler, but I'm pretty confident Saka will do all right against Leeds. Yeah, if you were set on getting him for this week anyway, then maybe stick to it. The transfer question 2, transfer Night Nori and keep for the foreseeable, or go for Gabriel or Saliba for the Leeds game as well. What do you think on that one? Both rising.
I prefer Aït-Nouri to Gabriel and Saliba, but I think same again. Like I'd still look for a double game week player. Like Dorgu, like you said before. But what about Ballard for the price rise and the double game week's not bad for Sunderland.
He's flavour of the month now, isn't he? Because he 18-pointer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Free bonus
points as well. 2 shots on target. He's a beast.
I get it. I do get it. But I do think Semenyo and Ballard do. Like, I'm not against it, by the way. I understand the reason, and I'm not even ruling out doing them, like getting them in myself. But the price rise thing it does stink a bit. I think like because it just opens itself up to like, oh, who did the points last week? Yeah, they got the most. Yep, they got the most. Yeah, let's get both of them in. And we saw it last season, didn't we? On the transfers in, the popular transfers in. It was just like the guys that did it last week, but you get rewarded for it with the price increase.
Yeah.
I guess the difference with this one is though, like Semenyo's got double, both at home against 2 teams that just got battered as well. And then the Sunderland fixtures are fine. That's why we went with Roofs in the first place, isn't it? We're Burnley and then Huddersfield. So they do tick,
and then Brentford the week after.
Yeah, it ticks both boxes in terms of decent fixtures. You get the price rise, and you get the double. But I don't know why. It's just wound me up a little bit today. but you can see why. Like I could take a £3 million defender out in Diouf or O'Brien if I was fed up with him, save myself $1 million, put that $1 million on top of Fulkrug or on top of one of my midfielders or whatever, and then do it that way round. So I can see why people are doing it, but
It's a good move, man. Come on.
Yeah, it just encourages like everyone doing the same moves, don't it?
Yeah.
A little bit, but yeah, I get it, and I'm not ruling it out myself. I'm not above it. It's just like it's just a bit boring 1 week in already. Jay Baker, someone that doesn't. This one I found strange actually. Jay Baker, as someone who doesn't have Haaland, would you take out Wirtz and Salah for Haaland and Semenyo? Have 1.5 left, or keep Salah, take João Pedro and Wirtz out for Haaland, and use a 3 mil mid, or maybe a 2.5/2 to get price rises. Like the look of Brooks, got 6 points and is 2 million. The one thing I just don't get is why did Salah to Haaland? What is it? Just that he scored 2 goals, Haaland got 2 goals, and Salah got 1 goal. Like the Newcastle fixture is maybe worse than the Spurs fixture, but I don't know. I feel like if you went Salah straight away, and you decided at the start of the season you didn't want Haaland, I'm not sure after game week 1 what's made you want to swap round, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. I mean, it's not. They both got hard fixtures this week as well. You'd probably fancy Haaland more this week, but I don't know. João Pedro out for Semenyo. It's a double game week play. They're both the same price as well, aren't they? 4.5. And the Brooks one, I think he played in the Carabao Cup last year as well, Brooks. So it could be a good short-term one.
I had a little look at him myself actually, because I thought that's a nice price, but he only started 9 matches last season, so he wasn't really popular player last year, but maybe he's come along, or I'm not sure.
Didn't he come back from cancer? I think he had a long-term.
Sure.
He was out illness with cancer, and he recovered. So he's out for like a whole season.
Just easing back in, maybe.
He was quite a big prospect when he was coming through at Sheffield United, and then Bournemouth spent a lot of money on him, and then he got ill. But he's a Welsh international.
Yeah, I saw that. I quickly, briefly looked when I was looking on the match center, and thought, that's a decent return for his price point. Probably will fit the bill for getting a rise, and if he's playing, could be a shout. He took a couple of corners in that game as well. Yeah. So
the cheaper they are as well, the more chance they've got of going up 0.3.
Mm-hmm.
If they're a big player, say I don't know, Haaland, he might only got 0.1, even though he's got double goals, 2 goals. So you want to look for those little bargains to get the higher price rises.
A few people have asked. There will be the price change predictor thing coming out on not only FPL, but it's not ready to go yet. But yeah, that'll be useful when it comes. I'd maybe do the Pedro and Wirtz out. I don't understand swapping Salah to Haaland, but if you're now worried about Haaland and you wanted to keep Salah, then if you can do the Salah and Salah. No, which one is it? Pedro, and take out João Pedro and Wirtz for Haaland and 3 million. I quite like that combo.
Yeah,
I think if you are worried about Haaland and worried about his price getting away from you, that way you're still getting a gain, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd do that.
I'm sure there's some £3 million players that will ring up that might be of use. Nathan Wisby, captain picks for game week 2. This is a bloody hard one, I think. Where are you sitting on captaincy at the moment?
It was on Bruno Fernandes, but I am tempted by Semenyo, and possibly another Man U player, but one of the ones I named earlier, Mbumo, Cunha, maybe Ahmad, something different with the double game week. Bowen's a good double game week player, but it's the Chelsea fixture they've got beforehand. Don't see them getting much from that game.
It did look fairly solid, didn't they? Even though it was a disappointing game from all round, defensively still okay. I prefer, when I was looking at it from a distance, like before the season started, I thought straight away that's a Bruno week. Until we saw it was the Grimsby fixture. I don't mind that still. If in doubt, like he's probably on a par with some of the other options. Done all right for us last season, didn't he? At times as well. Did you worry? Did you watch Arsenal United?
No, I've just caught the highlights today.
Yeah. See, I wasn't worried about his positioning either. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, he played so much deeper." I don't think he really did. He was alongside Casemiro, so he's like when you look at the formation, yeah, he's deeper. He's not in that front three, but there was times where so many times he just leaves Casemiro alone.
Number 8.
Yeah. One of the centre backs either pushed up a little bit and helped, or he pushed on. It wasn't like, oh, he's a CDM like some of Twitter would make out and have you think. Like, still created a load of chances, still taking all the set pieces. So I think he's still a decent pick. Bowen would have been. I haven't got Bowen now, but Bowen would have been my contender before the start that I looked at. Other than
do you not fancy Saka for the Leeds game?
Yeah, if I was going single game week, I'd put Saka there. But again, we have got that little thing hanging over us of, is he actually the pen taker anymore? We're not certain. I think you do want a pen taker.
No mention of Gyökeres today.
Nah. I didn't think he had a great debut. Running around like a fridge. He's a unit, isn't he? He's a big fella. He didn't look very fit to me. Yeah.
I've seen this heard a stat today. It's the first time in like 60 odd games he's not had a shot on target.
It wasn't bad. Like, he was having a few battles. I actually think De Ligt had done a really good job on him. There's a lot of like a lot of Twitter is just like, oh yeah, look at this gif of Gyökeres knocking De Ligt over. De Ligt was on him all game, like proper centre back performance. Actually, I think he done really well against him. So yeah, I think it was a bit of a welcome to the Prem kind of game for him. I thought he found it difficult, but yeah, Leeds could still be a nice fixture for him. I don't mind that. Semenyo, cool. If you think he's going to start twice, you'd maybe worry a little bit, wouldn't you, if he doesn't? Like,
even that Wolves fixture's a good fixture for him, though. If it was a single,
there's a lot of shots on target, don't he? I think that was one of his good features.
Yeah, he's the third highest shots on target behind Palmer and Salah.
Always a
last
good start.
season.
Yeah. At the moment, I think I might just stick it on Bruno for now and just hope for the best. But Fulham away is not the greatest fixture, is it? I'd love the Bulls to be able to go like Strand Larson or someone like that, and like hope for the 2. But yeah, I probably will go boring. I think I do like the United picks. I feel like they're a bit more trusted.
I wonder if John Arias gets a start this weekend.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't start.
Yeah,
I suppose it's City though, and it's get your defensively sound players on. Not that it helped.
I thought they brought him on way too late though. It was like the game was 4-0 when they brought him
on. Tommy Gunn, is it worth going for players that are going up in price to build budget or not? Do you want to? Is it worth just quickly summarising the price changes? Do you want to do that, just in case anyone's listening and they're playing Dream Team for the first time? Because I know we've mentioned it briefly.
Yeah, that's the aim of the game, isn't it? It's to get as much budget as you can, so the faster you can get to the premiums. In my opinion, to get the premiums in. So yeah, target players that have had a good week, but don't just target players that have had a good week but got bad fixtures coming. You want to look for teams with good fixtures. That's probably why Semenyo's hot at the moment, because he's got a good run of fixtures. And Ballard is being talked about a lot in the Discord because he's cheap and he's got decent run of fixtures. So yeah, definitely target players that are going up. Get rid of players that have not done well as well. If they're cheap players and they haven't done well, they shouldn't go down too much. It's more the premium or the more expensive players that will get hurt quite a lot by the price decreases.
Yeah, it's never been a full science, has it? But
No.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the sort of community use as a really rough guide, like try and aim for their price point as a rough guide, isn't it? Like if you've got a £5 million player, if they get 5 points, maybe they stay the same, like as a rough guide. And obviously the cheaper players have to get a cheaper or lower score to maintain. But there has always been a few weeks, isn't there, that have been a bit iffy in the past. So they have I think they have a predicted points for each player, don't they? And then they compare what they get to what they predicted they will get. But yeah, you'll get the hang of it if you're new. We've done double game week picks. So Tommy, thanks for your question. Aaron Bumo and Ballard, good transfers. Not sure if Ballard has already have roofs, and not sure about a double Sunderland defence. You like Mbumo, don't you?
Yeah, but he's just a top player, and he's got loads of bonus points last season. One of the highest point scoring on the game last year. He's obviously lost his penalties. What he had last year, but he take a couple of corners at the weekend. You were saying,
yeah, taking the in swingers with his left foot, and then Bruno taking the other side.
Yeah, I think obviously because he's not the main man, I think he's got even more chance of starting that Grimsby game. What do you think?
The only thing that's making me a little bit unsure on Mbumo is like if Ahmad starts on the right wing, because he is an option there, isn't he? But then he could play wing back. You don't know. They will stick with that formation. So yeah, I prefer Cunha. I think he looked good, and he still looked decent for his bonus points as well, Cunha, which I wasn't sure whether or not it'd be as good. I think he still did. He scrape one bonus?
I think they both got one, didn't they?
Yeah, that's it. 7 ppm though, so he was one off of getting the free bonus. So again, if they don't, if neither of them get their first sort of proper goal in the Fulham game, you want your key like new signings firing, don't you? So they could throw them on. And the Ballard one, yeah, I know. I said I jokingly said I was a bit annoyed about it, but yeah, just because of the fixtures, I think it's a good transfer. Like by comparison, did you see that Goodmanson? He's just finished, obviously clean sheet, but he's just finished on 10 points. Almost, he's 1 ppm off getting max bonus. Goodmanson.
So, yeah, 11 ppm.
Yeah, so I could have ended up with 5 bonus points. But for example, is he 2 million?
2 million. He was one of Johnny Curry's initial picks.
Yeah, fair play. I've seen him in a lot of teams actually.
Did he stick with him in the end? I don't know if he did.
We've got a league actually. Let's quickly look at it.
We'll check the Dream Team Tonic guest league.
Oh no, he's taken him out.
Oh no.
For Tarkowski.
He's just given a penalty away.
That was our influence on him. We've brought him down to our level. Goodmanson though, the point I was saying is he's 2 million, Ballard's 2 million, but if you wanted, you could bring them both in for the price rise, but the difference is Ballard gets the double of I've got a match centre now and got rid of it.
Burnley,
he gets the
Derby.
Yeah, no, so he gets
Burnley and Huddersfield.
Yeah, so Burnley Huddersfield you could get for Ballard, but if you went Goodmanson to chase the rise, you're straight in with Arsenal away from home, and then Sheffield Wednesday. So,
but then it's Newcastle after that.
So yeah, Sunderland looks the better way for the fixtures if you combine them. And I don't mind the double up on Roofs and Ballard. Do you?
No, I don't mind it. Just short term, especially for these fixtures, are all right.
I don't think there's any guarantee that he starts both. I don't know, to be honest. But 2 million, isn't it? Lee Hooper, woeful start from me. Palmer captain. Oosh. Keeper didn't play, but decided against the substitute. Surely it's a waste to use one with a cheap keeper in a single game week. Also, Areola hold for now as won't drop in price and will get the cup game next week. What are you laughing at? Don't laugh at me.
Just Areola hold for now.
Grow up. Grow up.
Yeah.
What do you think on this using... do you think that's the right thinking with keeping the substitutes behind? Because that's what I said in the Discord. I don't know if it was to Lee or someone else, but I don't really feel like it's worth using a substitute on a goalkeeper.
No. The new chip you're on about, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I like the idea of just keeping him, seeing if he plays one of the games this week, and then probably move him on game week 3. But if you're happy with the rest of your team, change him. But I can see what you mean. Just if he changes someone else, he's probably only going to get one game anyway.
Yeah. It's hard to know who's going to get the double. I mean, unless you did want to really chase the rises again with that position, if you're happy with the rest of your team.
But then again, Areola won't be going down in price, will he? Because he didn't play.
No, true. But then if you finally go to update, he's 2.5 in the Areola, so he will still get there. But yeah, so you're already going to have the Leeds keeper. Looks like he's going to go up now, and then you're going to have the Sunderland keeper go up.
Yeah.
We've covered Semenyo, Matt Woolley. With a lot of Dream Team managers owning West Ham players, how bad were they, and how much did the newly promoted, well-supported team home boost pay off for Sunderland? To put it more simply, are West Ham players a sell/avoid? What do you think?
I think I'm happy to keep the West Ham players at the minute. Just the double game week, innit, coming up. I'm definitely not getting rid of Bowen anyway. He can just go off it, can't he? And I'm really interested to see how this youth does. He looks really good in pre-season. Very attacking.
He was unlucky in this game.
One off the line, wasn't it? Ballard again.
Yeah. It was a really good clearance. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not willing to just say they're straight away like rubbish, but then it is the Chelsea fixture, isn't it? I'm not really expecting anything from the Chelsea one. I mean, I've got Fulkrug and Diouf now. If I end up just getting the Chelsea fixture, it's not great.
I don't think I'd buy any West Ham players now, though, if I was starting now.
No, the big appeal was that first fixture, wasn't it? And then hoping for a double. But obviously it didn't go to plan. Yeah, I don't think longer term their fixtures are that great. So Forest away after that, then Spurs at home. Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy them now. They're probably one of the two that are on the chopping block for me, potentially, because I'm looking to keep the premiums and maybe move the enablers around for price rises, I think. But I don't think there's a problem holding them. Cookie, if you have players with double game week, maybe keeping them is just the best option. I think chasing rises is essential, but with the new transfer rules, I think making the 2 transfers every week isn't an absolute must. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't got many arguments. Like, I could quite happily just keep my team, to be fair. Having more information kind of does feel useful. If you go into next week with 4 transfers, do you think you really lose out loads on the price rises either? Because depending on how your team does, you can obviously just make 4 transfers the following week to chase the rises. But I guess it depends how much your team goes down or up in the meantime. In Tony's position, rolling and all your players done pretty well, get the price rises and having 4, like you mentioned, is perfect.
Yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see what Tony's going to do, because he's had a fantastic week.
Tom B, Diouf or not to Diouf? Is he going for you, do you think?
Does he mean to buy him or to sell him?
I think it's to sell, isn't it?
Don't know. I don't know because, like I say, I want to give him another chance, really, especially with double game week. Like the only place you're really going to go to is a Ballard or a Dorgu who's not going to get a price rise, but he's got a double game week. I don't know. There's not really any other options, is there? Not
No,
yet. Not
none
yet. You
perfect.
could hold and then save your transfer for next week.
Grommers, would you keep Bowen for next week? I'd keep Bowen, I think, if I had him. I think Full Crew doesn't quite meet the same standard as Bowen, unfortunately. So he's potentially out for me, but again, might be being harsh. He could end up doing all right, couldn't he?
He had a good pre-season, didn't he? Full Crew.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not convinced Wilson starts the second game either, to be honest. Diamond, cheers for the question, but we've covered Saka and Palmer. And do you think Coyote? Yeah, Coyote's probably going to go, isn't he?
What, are you going to sell him?
Maybe, yeah. I do think Hickey will get one of the two, so.
Yeah. Could do, couldn't he? He did stay on, though, didn't he, in the last match? He didn't get taken off.
Yeah, he stayed on till the end. I think he was at fault for one of the goals, but did get to see him take one throw in the highlights, at least. And it was quite good as well. Right, Source C. What do you think of? Oh, he can make us say it. Achiapong, clean sheet, seems to be the main starter now for Chelsea as Tosin and Colwill are out. 2.5 million. That is one that I mentioned, but not because Tosin got injured, because Chalobah had got injured. But Chalobah made it back. Achiampong started. But I looked and it looks like Tosin's injury is not a bad one. So he'll be back quite soon. So I think it's a risk. You might get away with it for one game.
Yeah, I go Ballard short term. Just if you're going to go short term, he's got a double game week this week, and it's a decent good double game week. And I think he's 2 million, so he's a bit cheaper.
Yeah, like you say, 2 games compared to none almost.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to stay in the team. So I don't think it's worth it.
I think it sounds very short term.
3 bonus points though. 3 bonus points for him.
It would have been a nice one. Best possible double game week mid strikers. I think we've covered all the ones we had. Have you got any thoughts on Reinders?
Yeah, very good. Definitely one to bring in when the double game weeks come. He might get rotated with them playing 2 games a week, Man City, but he looks very attacking, and I'm very impressed with him so far. I've got him in other formats, but I just didn't put him in this format. I went for Kudus instead at that 4.5 price point, which I've worked out all right. But yeah, very good pick if anyone's picked him. I think another Tony's picks. Yeah. I think he got to Kudus and Reinders. Yeah, spreaded the funds. Then he didn't go Salah. Got Gakpo. He's done really well. Spreaded the funds in defence as well. He's got some big hitters.
Yeah, I like it. I heard on that Friday, Pep say that he's sick in the head. He is. He said that what did he say? Rodri and Foden will be back with the squad, didn't he? On the Friday press conferences. So then everyone was like, "Oh, that means that Reinders will definitely be playing further forward." But then it turned out that Rodri and Foden were out completely and just like in the stands. So yeah, it's a bit strange. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to see Reinders play, but he does look good. Yeah, I think he's going to be playing the bulk of games. Where he plays in that team, not certain, but as long as he's playing well, you think he should be good. I don't think his price will get away though. I still think that's quite a high price point. Do you? Like 4.5, if he goes up to 4.8, do you see him sort of being? I don't see him being like a £6 million player as high as that.
You never know. Keep scoring.
Palmer and Salah out. This is what I don't like. Palmer and Salah out for Semenyo and Reinders.
I don't know.
It's Palmer and Salah. It's Palmer and Salah, man.
Salah's scary. Palmer's quite scary as well. But yeah. For Reinders, I probably wouldn't bother because it's just one for one.
Single.
Yeah. Semenyo is the one that's just making me think, oh, come on, give it a go. But
I get it where it's 2 fixtures, 2 home fixtures. Just, yeah. If think of it this way, like, I can't see, but the time is covering over your name, so I can't see who's asked the question. Hang on.
it's Solo.
Say you sent me your draft, right, before game week 1. Said, what do you think of my draft with Palmer and Salah in it? I went, hi, all right, Solo. Do you know what? I think you should take out Palmer and Salah and replace them with Semenyo and Reinders, actually. Could you refund my Patreon, please? Talking bollocks. But now, because Reinders and Semenyo did well last week, they're the guys. And Palmer's finished and Salah's washed.
It's the way this game's set up, though.
Yeah.
It's like the price rises.
I can't get my head around.
And obviously, Semenyo's got a double game week this week. And obviously, you've got 2 transfers a week. You can sort of shift in and out, can't you? Can you get away for one week? Can you get away with it? Like last week, I risked not going Saka against Man U. I got away with it. I'm not going to get away with it next week, though. I just know it against Leeds. But yeah, can you get away with it for 1 week and then bring them back in next week?
Yeah.
I saved $500,000 in my account so that I could bring Saka in this week as well.
Just in case. But yeah, you wouldn't do it now.
But I don't know. Because like Semenyo's got the possible double game week. So I don't know.
I just think that it's really unlikely that Salah, Palmer, Saka and Bruno are all rubbish because they did bad last week.
No, I don't think it's that. It's just the way this game is.
Yeah. The price rises obviously are really, really important. I'm not downplaying them, but it just looks so bizarre seeing it like that. But yeah, it's the risk of taking them out, isn't it? We've seen these guys are the big hitters for a reason. I wouldn't do it personally. So do the Semenyo one and leave Reinders. Come back to them. Declan M. Of the players who perform well in game week 1, which ones are most likely to feature in both the league and the cup? I think we've covered as well. DT Phillip, which one out of the youth, Coyote and Carvalho and Fulkrug would you transfer out, if any, for game week 2? You've got all the. Oh no, you've not got Fulkrug.
I've got 3 of them. You've got Fulkrug.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them as well.
Probably Fulkrug. Coyote. Probably them 2. I'd give Youth Carvalho another chance. Coyote, I mean, I'd give them all a chance still, but if you had to take 2 of them out or whatever, I'd take like Coyote or Fulkrug out. What would you do?
Probably Coyote and Fulkrug, I think. With the Fulkrug one, I think you can get to more places. Like swapping 2 defenders doesn't feel as exciting. I can get Fulkrug up. Yeah, probably that way. Would you transfer Palmer out for Semenyo?
I am tempted, but you're not trying to, but you are talking me out of it a bit. Going, I'll hold your transfer.
No, I'm doing Palmer to Semenyo.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. I don't think.
I don't know. I am tempted.
That's just my gut feeling. It just seems wrong.
I put Kudus in for this Burnley fixture I obviously didn't like the Man City fixture. I thought, oh, I'll get a double game week player in for Kudus. So I'm going to lose out on my price rise there, but I'll probably get someone like Semenyo who's going to go up anyway. So I'm not going to lose there, but I ain't going to gain the extra 0.3 off Kudus. And then Palmer, who's didn't do well, but he's still got a decent fixture. Do we just keep him, or do I move him on for a double game week player? Or do I just move on one of these cheap defenders, bring in Ballard, get the price rise?
Yeah, I'm just chucking that. I'm like, I've not, obviously, there was still a game going on, so I wanted to see what happened with Dewsbury Hall and O'Brien. But, like, yeah, I think I'd rather just keep Palmer and, I don't know, do Fulkrug to, or do one of my 3 millions down to Ballard, gives me £1 million. Then I've got like a £4 million player to bring in. And surely there's someone for 4 million that do all right. It's not Semenyo, he's 4.5, but it's got to be someone that ticks the box of getting a price rise and having a decent game at 4 million. It's a shame Strand Larson or Evan Nilsson have not got a rise, because I think they would have been okay replacements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Evan Nilsson's still a good pick, though, if you want to bring him in.
Yeah. I think he took pens. I think he took pens when Clivert wasn't around before, but he did miss the last one.
Yeah, these price rises, it does like close the options down a bit, doesn't it? Like you sort of you got blinkers on. You don't look at the players that didn't do very well last week. When you
that's not how football works, is it? Like
no, like any other game, you'd be looking at Evan Nilsson definitely because he's got a great run of fixtures. But just because he didn't score against Liverpool, you're looking at Semenyo
or Ballard. Like do Ballard and Diallo. It's 4 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be thinking a bit more about it, but it does. Yeah, I don't like at the moment. I don't like the idea of taking Palmer out. I think one more out of Richarlison, Ballard, and Lewis. Oh, there's even more. Akiopong and Reinders. Who would you bring in?
Ballard.
Get Richarlison in. He's just scored 2. He'll definitely score 2 against City.
I think Ballard, mate. 2 games, 18 points last week. I mean, on paper, obviously, it sounds ridiculous, but this is a fantasy football game, and you got to look at the fixtures. And Ballard's got good fixtures. He's just had a good. He'll get a price rise, and you can keep him for a few weeks as well. Richarlison's got a hard fixture. Lewis is going to get rotated. Achiampong's going to get dropped. Reinders is probably the best one out. On paper, you'd go, oh, Reinders, definitely, but he's only got a single game week, so I think he's one to bring in a bit, maybe next week. Reinders.
The good thing with Ballard is you can cap him as well. Nah, sorry, I'm getting silly now.
There'll be someone doing that.
There's like FPL, isn't it? Every week, there's
send us your team if you do it.
There was like FPL when you could look at who's doing the best for the game week or whatever, and I'm sure like 3 people triple captained Ballard. Oh yeah, he's Philip's a Sunderland. Philip's a Newcastle fan as well. He just said he's already got 1 Sunderland player and he feels dirty. Cheers for tuning in, Philip. All right. Let's bash some leagues real quick. Top 3. Tonic members only league. We've got Eswell, Silent Powell, and Anthony Sutcliffe. Sorry, these might you might have more points by now. This was pre-Everton. Apologies. But yeah, sorry if you've got Goodmanson. That's the top 3 though.
Well done.
Tonic Cash League. Oh, he's only 3rd.
Only 3rd.
Tony's only 3rd in this one. We've got S. Williams in 2nd. And why is that bad? Is that B Rome?
B Rome.
With the team name. Hey, big man, what's your
name?
What is your name? Let us know in the comments. B Rome. And then lastly, do you want to bring this up on your phone? Because Miss Noopy was mixing it down the bottom of our, I don't even know what the league's called. Whoever's bottom gets kicked out, something or other.
I did send it to you. What's it called? So it's lowest score out the door, and bottom is S. Ricey, Noopy United.
Oh, that is Miss Snoopy.
Is it? Is it not Miss Snoopy? Must be Miss Snoopy's. Oh yeah, it is. S. Ricey.
I think that's Miss Snoopy.
51 points.
Miss Snoopy, is that you? Are you booted out? Are you bottom? Let us know. She's in the chat.
Nobbles is just underneath, just above with his no Haaland, no Salah team.
Unlucky. Miss Snoopy,
It's not finished yet though.
Oh, what? I thought it was this
Oh,
week.
because Everton and Leeds score isn't included. Oh, do you want me to see the?
Oh yeah, I thought. Yeah, sorry, I thought you was looking on your phone at the updated.
Right,
Snoopy, you're back in. You're back in.
Yeah, hang on, because.
Sorry, we won. You're up there.
And you know what's going to happen in there? There's going to be points given or taken tomorrow, so it can't
Corruption points overnight.
Yeah, it can't be.
All right, Miss Snoopy, you've got a lifeline. You're back in.
Let's have a look.
Are we kicking you out a second time?
Oh, Jay Bashford is bottom now.
Oh, corruption.
58 points. Noopy, you're on 60.
Miss
Lee
Snoopy's
Hooper, 64. So, Sky River is Jay Bashford's team, and he had Grealish tonight. Grealish 1 pointer. 1
point stinker.
Yeah. Could be a good one for next week. Grealish, though, probably brought him in a bit too premature.
Yeah, if he gets the cup game.
Yeah.
Right, well, Miss Snoopy, you're back in the game. And who's the weakest link again?
Jay Bashford.
Jay Bashford, goodbye. Right, we'll see you for we did a pre-deadline stream, aren't we? Is that what we decided? That'll be Friday. Don't even know when deadline is. Thursday. Was it Friday deadline again?
Yeah.
Ugh, disgusting. All right. See you all Thursday.
See you all.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, everyone.